Nice to have your company on Racing to Win. We're right in the home straight, that's for sure. Race 10, final race of the afternoon, Sha Tin. It's the Austin Handicap, a Class 3, 1,400 metres. And here is the lineup. This will be an interesting betting race, no doubt. Beauty Spirit, King Shield back from a good performance at the Valley. Racing Fighter widely drawn, but blinkers back on. Unicorn Baby made an impression on debut. Cool Team scratched from his last intended start, but there was heavy money for him to start prior. Then we go down to High Volatility. Kiram, the horse I mentioned before in that four-way photo. McMonigal and Amazing is getting close to a drop in grade. Now, Chun Fa information, Farshad and Cool Team have both spent some time up at Chun Fa in preparation for this 10th and final race of the afternoon. Graham, how does this one unfold, do you think?
Speed map for the nightcap. High Volatility looks odds on to lead, and he might run pretty well. He's come down the weights again. Now we have challenges and questions and options for the horses drawn wide. Beauty Spirit, Joe Moreira drawn 14, can go forward. It's a long way across from there. And also Racing Fighter is drawn out wide. He was held up from a high draw last time out.
King Shield, as you mentioned, Brett, ran pretty well at when he went to Happy Valley. That was over 1,650, back to 1,400 metres. He's this will be his second start in Class 3, the son of Scat Daddy, and he's moving nicely enough here as well in the morning, so he's not too far away, I think. He's had the 5 starts here. First responder, Sylvester de Souza, looking on this horse, and he moves really nicely down the back straight as well. It's a nice piece of work from him. This will be his last ride here for a while, Sylvester's. And High Volatility, as you mentioned, Graham, if they leave him alone in front, he can be a hard horse to get past at times. Jack Wong will do the work, he's doing the work on High Volatility, and we'll ride him on race day.
Just before we get into the key races, just touching on Sylvester de Souza, HK Direct with Edward Sadler, a special interview there with Sylvester de Souza on his time here in Hong Kong. This stint, well over 40 winners, Graham.
Look at the data on de Souza. It's only 20 weeks he's been here. He's ridden for every trainer in Hong Kong multiple times, more than 40 winners, average of better than 1 a meeting. Group 2 on Eagle Away, Group 1 on Glorious Forever, Superstar, Elusive State, Dark Dream, all the while with a smile on his face. $67 million in prize money. A new son, Harry, just born, on the way back to the UK for a new contract with King Power. It's pretty good to be Sylvester de Souza at the moment.
And you just missed one thing, Graham, not many though. He did win the International Jockeys Championship too, in the lead-up to
with a $500,000 prize.
Exactly. It's been a great time for Sylvester, and we hope that he can come back. And you can get a full info from Sylvester, speaking to Edward, on HK Direct. It's on the website, hkjc.com. He rides in his final race on this stint, number 10, First Commander. Beauty Spirit's the one we're focusing on. As you mentioned that speed map, Graham, I tend to think they might really push forward from the wider barrier with this guy, because he is a long, big, gaping, striding type. I don't think they want to get caught deep, so push right on, I think.
I think so. He is a grinder rather than a quickener. Runs pretty well here, and he's fairly low mileage, Paul. He's only had the 9 starts. He's going to be competitive, I think, despite that high draw. Yeah,
definitely. Interesting they're bringing him back to 1,400 metres from 16, but he has drawn wide in his last couple as well, 11 and 12, so he's used to it out there.
All right, Racing Fighter is alongside. He's got 14. Beauty Spirit. Racing Fighter's got 13, but he's got very strong form behind Right Choice.
And Kingsfield. This is the Kingsfield race last time. He can race handy, he can run well from off the pace, and he's got a pretty good turn of foot. He shows it here to come out of the pack and stalk Kingsfield, and then Kingsfield digs in and finds a bit extra. But it's good quality form all around. The draw is not ideal, but he showed this day, Paul, that he can go well from a high draw. He should do exactly the same again.
Yeah, I've got him in there as well. It was interesting they're putting the blinkers back on him as well, how he goes with those on, so where he ends up in the running.
All right, well, last start that he actually ran in Cool Team, there was a lot of late support for him. And then, of course, back on the 2nd of March, he got actually loose on the way to the saddling area and unfortunately caused himself an injury with an overreach wound and was scratched. So we haven't seen him as much as we'd like to have.
Slightly lukewarm. Only had a couple of runs, shown promise in 2 sprint races. He was a miler for Hugo Palmer in the UK, so he should get the trip all right, but I'm not sure he's shown quite enough, even without that little setback he had when withdrawn last time.
Yeah, I've got him in on a minor line as well. I've got him in on a minor line, Cool Team. The last, he hit the line okay there, and barrier 4. He maps well to get a good run.
All right, Roundabout and Kiram, are they two to consider? I'll touch on this fact again. Kieran was in that four-way photo we looked at in the previous race. He is actually the place favourite early, and roundabout his last two efforts have certainly been solid. Yeah, Kieran doesn't win out of turn. He's 7 seconds, 7 thirds, but only the 2 wins from his 51 starts. So he can run some nice races. And roundabout, I thought was a good run from him. The last couple of runs have been quite good, but I just haven't really been taken with his track work this week, so I didn't put him in the end, roundabout. He got home really well there, Kieran. Roundabout just sort of held onto his third position. None of those two interest you, Graham?
A roundabout could run really well if they go a real good gallop. If high volatility goes strong, he'll be coming home well.
Can Silvestre win the last, Paul? I've got him in there for second, actually, so yeah, I'd say he's got a good chance. I've got King Shield on top, though. I liked him at Happy Valley, and he ran a good race, I thought, running 5th behind Lucky Girl, and it wasn't much in it. He should get a nice run from barrier number 5, so we'll give him a chance back here at Sha Tin, because he did come with some really good form from overseas before he got here. He was 5th and 6th in a couple of Group 1 races. He's on top to beat First Responder. Silvestre de Souza's right. He's run some pretty good runs, and he's a horse still on the up, as is Cool Team. And Racing Fighter, he's going really nicely as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see him in the finish either. 210, 8-3, but 2's come up in each way price.
It's Racing Fighter for me. Always a slight worry when a horse goes up in the weights for being beaten, but he's been beaten narrowly in really good handicaps behind banging form horses. He's on top for me. High volatility is handicapped to go well again. His recent form's nothing flash, but he's a front runner who could go well. Mr. Wealth hasn't had the rub of the green more than once recently. I think he can go well at a price. And Beauty Spirit, not ideally drawn, but he is in really good nick. QQP for me in this race, 3, 1, 5, 11.
Yeah, it looks a good betting race, no doubt. The final race on the card. A Unicorn Baby, I'll sneak in at a bit of value. Let's have a look at the stats for the program before the best bets. And we're going to focus on Silvestre de Souza, Paul. Yeah, we are. Look, he's had 21% win rate in his last 7 meetings here. From his 61 rides, 13 wins, 13 seconds and 3 thirds. So he's in really good form. I think he's got some really good chances here. Right Choice is obviously one of them. Let's have a look at all of them here. Flying Noble's a chance in the first, as is M Reborn. Heart's Keeper runs well on the all-weather. Monica, I know you like him, Brett, as well. So all those 4 can run well. Utopia Life should go nicely. Right Choice will be a short price favourite. Daypayer Emperor and First Responder. So he's got some nice rides. Yeah, 42 winners he's had so far. I believe we've been informed that he may have won a race at Chunfar as well at the exhibition meeting up there. So that'll make it 43. Who knows, he might get to 50 just looking at that book of rides. Let's have a look at the best bets. Paul, you're up. Yeah, I'm going to go with Star Luck, the first starter. Frankie Law and Karis Teaton teaming up. Really liked this trial, and Frankie's got some pretty good stats himself on the all-weather this season, and I think this horse is perfect for that. And for the long shot, I'm going to go with Diamond King. And it's totally a price-orientated thing. He's going to be 20 to 1, and I just think he can run a really nice race. He's won off this rating before. He's second up. He's come on from his last run, and I don't think it's an overly strong race. So he's the long shot, and we'll do the play though in the best bet race. Prince of Gems obviously will run well, as will Tom's Dragon, and Star Luck will do the QQPs around those 3.
So I'm going to go with Racing Fighter as the best bet. Zach Purton on board. He's got a question to answer from stall 13. But he is versatile tactically, and his recent form is very good. Umberto, any second now. We'll wink, there he goes. Volpino is a horse who just 2 starts back ran a great race over course and distance. I think he might be underrated in the market. Good luck to Umberto and Volpino. And for the play, pretty straightforward. Honest Way is dead honest. Flying Thunder is on the up. Smart Leader has Morera for the first time. Home Run, hopefully, to run on strongly to pick up minor money. 5, 1, and the other 2 at the bottom. Monica for me, race 5, number 2. On an each-way basis, I think you can go hard, race 5, number 2. And the long shot is Dalradian, race 8, number 11. Very lightweight, close to a drop in class. When it first arrived, this is a real dash horse. I think it could almost potentially try and lead this race on Sunday and maybe run with a bit of cheek and a bit of price underneath its belt. 159 is my play, which is the QQP on 7 Heaven Utopia Life Multi-Million. Graham, once again, it's been a pleasure to have you here on Racing to Win. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. My pleasure. Always good to come off the subs bench.
Yes, and Paul, hopefully many more winners to come.
Yeah, it looks like a really good card, and I'm really excited to see that Voyage Warrior have his first start.
Yeah, he could well be the shortest price favourite of the day. That's it for this edition of Racing to Win. Thanks for your company. We look forward to seeing you trackside. Good night.
Good night.